Hey guys, and welcome back. Emily Jean if you're new here. And today I'm going to share my October TBR with a twist. I had my librarians pick out my books for me. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and let's get cozy. Okay, October. I have had a rough start to the month reading wise. So today I went to the library and I said, help me, help me. Every single book that I tried to pick up was just not doing it for me. And I had so many books that I was excited about, so many spooky, witchy books, sequels to books that I loved in the last few months. I went through all of my books on my shelves and my piles and made a mess and just couldn't find anything. So I do have two books that I'm going to read as part of book clubs this month, which I'm still really excited about, but the book clubs aren't meeting till the end of the month, so I wanted to wait to read them so they'd be more fresh in my mind. So the first book that I'm reading for a book club is Samhain, which is part of a series about the different kind of witchy times of the year. And so this is with Experiencing Magic. She's just starting a book club, and I'm so excited to read along. So this is all about rituals, recipes, lore for Halloween, and it's by it's Llewellyn Sabbat Essentials. So I'm really excited to check this out. Look at the gorgeous color of the cover. And then the second, I used to play roller derby, if you guys knew that, and there's actually a book club going on with a bunch of the women from roller derby and the roller derby community. And so the book of the month is The Haunting of Maddie Clare by Simone St. James. I'm really excited. This sounds kind of historical, a little bit spooky. I think will be great for fall. But again, I wanted to read these two closer to the end of the month, so I'll probably start them in a week or so. So back to the library books. I walked in today. Willard and I rode our bikes. It was a beautiful fall day in Maine, and I said, help me. Please help me. We have the best library and the best librarians, and they never cease to amaze me with their recommendations, with how passionate and excited they are about reading. They all have their like unique areas that they're super passionate about and excited to share books about. So I went in and I said at first that I was looking for like spooky Halloween, but then I was talking about the books that I've been enjoying lately, and they were really sci-fi based. So I walked away with three huge books. They're all sci-fi, I believe. I don't know much of them, although I am familiar with a couple of the authors. So the first one that the one of the librarians recommended was Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this. I'm familiar with the name Brandon Sanderson, but I haven't read a lot of his books, and I think typically he does adult fiction, and this was in the YA kind of juvenile section, or definitely YA. So this one, I mean, I don't know what any of the books are about, but I trusted the librarians, right? So the synopsis on the book jacket says, Spence's world has been under attack for decades. Now pilots are the heroes of what's left of the human race, and becoming one has always been Spence's dream. Since she was a little girl, she has imagined soaring skyward and proving her bravery. But her fate is intertwined with her father's, a pilot who killed himself years ago when he abruptly deserted his team, leaving Spensa, the daughter of a coward. Her chances of attending flight school slim to none. No one will let Spensa forget what her father did, yet fate works in mysterious ways. Flight school might be a long shot, but she is determined to fly, and an accidental discovery in a long-forgotten cavern might just provide her with a way to claim the stars. That sounds good. Okay, so first recommendation from the librarians. The next one, I went on a hunt to find this in the upstairs section, and look at this gorgeous cover. So this is by Paolini, To Sleep in a Sea of Stars. Look at this like ethereal floating figure. On the back it just says, space holds countless secrets. She just found the deadliest one. So Kira Navarez dreamed of life on new worlds. Now she's awakened a nightmare. During a routine survey mission on an uncolonized planet, Kira finds an alien relic. At first she's delighted, but elation turns to terror when the ancient dust around her begins to move. As war erupts among the stars, Kira is launched into a galaxy-spanning odyssey of discovery and transformation. First contact isn't at all what she had imagined, and events push her to the very limits of what it means to be human. While Kira faces her own horrors, Earth and its colonies stand upon the brink of annihilation. Now, Kira might be the humanity's greatest and final hope. Okay, good job. Good job, Miss Jill. This one sounds awesome. And then just as we were getting ready to leave, Miss Elsa, the librarian, ran downstairs and said, wait, have you read this one? So I had to take it away with me, and it is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. She said it was so good. She absolutely loved it. And she runs the book club, and they're doing House of Cerulean Sea this month. So I'm definitely going to join in on that because you guys know I loved that book. So based on her book club recommendations, I think we probably have a similar taste, or at least might enjoy the same books. So she suggested this one, which I have not read. Says, I live for the dream that my children will be born free, she says, that they will be what they like, that they will own the land their father gave them. I live for you, I say sadly. Io kisses my cheek, then you must live for more. Darrow is a Red, a member of the lowest caste in the color-coded society of the future. Like his fellow Reds, he works all day believing that he and his people are making the surface of Mars livable for future generations. Okay, speaking of Mars, have you guys seen the video, or I don't know if it was a video or just photographs recently released from the surface of Mars? They're so cool to look at. Definitely go check them out if you haven't. Okay, so he believes that he and his people are making the surface of Mars livable for future generations, yet he spends his life willingly knowing that his blood and sweat will one day result in a better world for his children. But Darrow and his kind have been betrayed. Soon he discovers that humanity already reached the surface generations ago. Vast cities and sprawling parks spread across the planet. Darrow and the Reds like him are nothing more than slaves to a decadent ruling class. Can you imagine finding that out? Inspired by a longing for justice and driven by the memory of lost love, Darrow sacrifices everything to infiltrate the legendary Institute, a proving ground for the dominant gold caste where the next generation of humanity's overlords struggle for power. He will be forced to compete for his life in the very future of civilization against the best and most brutal of society's ruling class. There he will stop at nothing to bring down his enemies, even if it means he has to become one of them to do so. Okay, these sound really good. I'm so excited. So this will be my TBR this month. We'll see which ones actually draw me in, which ones I end up reading. But I'm really excited for this lineup. It's not like the spooky mystery fall lineup that I had in mind. I'm totally okay with that though, because this is feeling really good and I'm excited about it again versus like struggling through the first few pages of a dozen different books trying to get into one. Okay, let me know what you think. Is this a good lineup? Are there any that you recognize? Drop me a comment below just to say hi. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye, guys.